Good evening, sir. So you can start sharing the PPT.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to another session for the EDIC Part 2 examination. So today's topic is a CBS session on obstetric emergencies. So I hope all of you know how the CBS pattern goes. CBS is basically you will be having three stations. One of them is radiology, one of them is curves and loops, and one of them is biochemistry and identification for diagnosis. So obstetric and emergencies comes in the third part, and the main problem that people face in the CBS sessions is that we need to be quick. So usually we get around 8 to 10 spotters, and we get around 12 minutes. So we get maybe 1 minute for each question, and there will be a stem for the question, and there will be lab investigations and values, and we need to quickly arrive at a diagnosis as well as get a few other questions which we need to answer related to the diagnosis. So I will try to go in that pattern. So I have a few questions, and you people need to answer in the chat box. Okay, so you people can answer it in the chat box. I'll give you around 45 seconds to 1 minute, and then we'll have a discussion. Fine.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see the slides, right? Are the slides visible?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so I'll go straight away to the questions. So this is a question. A 28-year-old female, gravida to para 1, 32 weeks of gestation, presented with complaints of swelling of feet and hands for the past 3 days and breathlessness. And she reports that the edema began in her ankles and has progressed to involve her face and hands. She denies chest pain, seizures, or shortness of breath, and the previous pregnancy was uneventful. So these are the examination. On examination, pulse was 92 per minute, BP 160 by 105, which has been recorded twice, 4 hours apart. Saturation, she's maintaining 97% at 2 liters per minute of oxygen. She has bilateral pitting edema in the lower limbs as well as facial puffiness. Neurologically, there was hyperreflexia, there was no clonus, no focal neurological deficits. And the obstetric examination, the fundal height, it corresponded to 32 weeks. Fetal heart rate was present, cephalic presentation. Okay. So all of you have read this. So now I go to the lab investigations. Fine. These are the relevant lab investigations. Urine analysis, protein, serum creatinine slightly elevated, 1.5. AST, ALT slightly elevated. LDH is high. Hemoglobin 11 gram. That is slightly anemic. So everyone saw the question and the investigations, right? So now we go to the questions. So this is the question. So you have, all of you have 45 seconds to 1 minute. And I would like all of you to tell the diagnosis and how will you manage the BP.
So diagnosis is severe preeclampsia with HELP
You can type
syndrome.
on the chat box. You can type in the chat box. So that all of you can be quick. Okay, I'm getting responses. I'm getting responses. Good. Yeah, we have 15 seconds more to go. So basically, I want all of you to, be quick to answer. That's why I'm going in that pattern, just like a CBS. Okay, fine. So time up. So and yeah. So most of you have answered it correctly. So the diagnosis is preeclampsia. Fine. So can anybody tell how did you arrive at your diagnosis of preeclampsia? Most of you have correctly answered it. What were the points in the history that made you go towards preeclampsia? What was it in the examination?
2 weeks of gestation.
Proteinuria and high blood pressure
Yeah, okay.
and hyperreflexia, some neurological manifestation.
Okay, that's in the examination. Fine. In the history,
And then the albuminuria.
okay, that is in the Bible. So let's go in an order. So first in the history, what are the points which support preeclampsia in the history?
The swelling.
I
Yeah.
think breathlessness, swelling shouldn't be
32
included
weeks
in
of
the
gestation.
criteria.
Okay, that is one of the first points that you can note. So by definition, we'll come to the definitions in the next 2-3 slides. So it is more than 20 weeks of gestation. So this patient is 32 weeks of gestation. So that's the first clue.
Okay, she's a
Bilateral
prime candidate.
edema, swelling. Yes. Breathing difficulty. Okay. So these are all the clues that you get from the history. On the examination, high blood pressure.
Blood pressure
High
of
blood
160
pressure.
over.
Yeah. Hyperreflexia, high blood pressure, desaturation, the patient requires has an oxygen requirement, which might be because of pulmonary edema. Okay. And when we go to the lab investigations, we have proteinuria, we have an elevated serum creatinine, we have low platelets. Okay, fine. So, if to be more specific, we can classify it as a severe preeclampsia. So, I'll come to the definition. So, hypertensive disorders in pregnancy can be classified into 4 major categories. Fine. So,
Excuse
first is chronic hypertension, which presents before the 20th week of pregnancy or persists longer than the 12 weeks postpartum. That is chronic hypertension. Then preeclampsia superimposed on chronic hypertension. That is new onset proteinuria and end organ dysfunction or both after 20 weeks of gestation in patients with chronic hypertension. That's why the gestational age, the gestational period was important and an important clue in the question. So gestational hypertension refers to only elevated BP after 20 weeks of gestation, but there is no proteinuria or other diagnostic features of preeclampsia. And finally, preeclampsia. It is the syndrome of new onset of hypertension and proteinuria and end organ dysfunction with or without proteinuria after 20 weeks of gestation in a previously normotensive patient. And eclampsia is diagnosed when seizures have also occurred. So this is the nice guideline which is probably relevant for EDIC exams for the definition of preeclampsia. So new onset of hypertension after 20 weeks of pregnancy and the coexistence of one or more of the following conditions. So like in this patient, there was proteinuria, there was renal insufficiency, slightly elevated liver enzymes, so liver involvement. There was neurological complications like hyperreflexia, hematological like thrombocytopenia. So everything was there. Fine. So risk factors, it could be primi-gravidae, like this patient again, sorry, not this patient, multiple gestation, obesity, age more than 40 years, previous history of preeclampsia, family history, increased time between pregnancies, chronic hypertension or chronic renal disease, type 2 or type 1 diabetes, APLA or SLE.